Hi, Chef Matt McMillin here with Cooper's Hawk, and we are going to teach everyone how to be a grill master. It's summertime, it is time to start grilling, and I've got some of my favorite things to cook on the grill. You know, everybody wants to cook on the grill, and when they come over to my house, they're like, everything tastes so awesome at your house, and I tell them, it tastes so great because I don't overcook anything, and that's the secret. I know everybody is freaked out about undercooking things like chicken, fish, and beef, but if you buy great products, you don't have to worry about undercooking, okay? Cooking a little bit less than where you think is probably where you need to be, but I'm gonna show you today how to cook it just right. A ribeye is a beautiful steak, but the thing I wanna show you here is see how it's very, very mushy right now, and this is the way we test a steak. So, what we learned in school many, many years ago is that this fleshy part of your hand is very similar to any protein, chicken, fish, beef. It's very similar. So right now when my hand is very loose, this is basically rare or blue. And as we move up our hands, if you put your first finger and your thumb together, it makes this muscle slightly tighter. So this would be medium rare. The next finger, and you can feel it in your hand, it starts to get a little tighter. This would be medium. Medium well, and you can see it just the muscle gets a little firmer. Again, very similar to a steak. And then the last finger, if you hold it very tightly, that's well done. You can see it's very, very tight. So again, the flesh and meat, very similar to this. And that's the best way to tell if a steak, a piece of chicken, or fish is done, so that you never have to cut into a piece of meat to wonder when it's done. Every piece of meat is different. The texture of a filet is different from the texture of a ribeye and that of a strip steak. So that's why it's really important to learn. I mean, find your favorite steak, cook it over and over until you get fabulous at it. So this part down here, this is my favorite part of the ribeye. This is called the spinalis. You can see we've got a little bit more cooked here. I'm gonna cut a little bit more in the center here. But you can see how perfect that color is from the top to the bottom, and that's from allowing the steak to rest. So we've got a nice medium here. So here we have our strip. Again, we've got a nice color from top to bottom. The chicken, we want to make sure it's cooked all the way through, and what that feels like is a good solid medium. So that's kind of this here. And we're still just a little soft there, but we're gonna do one more quarter turn here on the chicken. Again, chicken, I mean, you can see these aren't huge. These are really nice, all natural chicken breasts. So they do cook pretty quickly. Now with the salmon, I want that salmon to cook pretty slow. So I can do one of two things. I can either make sure my fire is down really low, which it is. I want it to cook really slowly. Or I could take it and I could put it up here on this top area here and just turn the heat down really low, or even turn it off, and the ambient heat from the grill will cook it the rest of the way. But again, cooking on the grill is all about controlling your heat. So the other thing on the salmon, you can also push on the sides. You can see we're still a little soft here on the sides. We're getting more cooked down here, but again, we're still a little kind of medium rare, so we want to continue to let this salmon cook. You can see how beautifully moist this is, and then as we get up to the top, a little bit thicker, we have just a gorgeous kind of medium, beautifully cooked salmon here. And you can tell, I mean, that was maybe 7 minutes on the grill, tops. And you'll see how beautifully cooked it is, but also just how moist this chicken is. So I trust the time we spent together today that you're all gonna be some awesome grill masters back in your backyard. We've got our beautiful 1-inch strip steak here, that thick ribeye cut, our Norwegian salmon, and then our all-natural chicken breasts. All that we cooked in a much shorter period of time than most people think is appropriate. But that's what makes a great grill master, not overcooking your food. Make it a great summer.